الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد
وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين أما بعد. Continuing our discussion about the rights of our family. Yesterday we spoke about the mutual rights and the general rights of husband and wife on each other. And today we are supposed to talk about those particular rights of husband over the wife and the rights of wife over the husband. As I mentioned yesterday, those 6 mutual rights are the base and the foundation of a successful marriage or a happy life between the husband and wife and children. Those 6 mutual rights and the general rights are the base and the foundation. If those are there, then these rights which I am going to mention today, they will work. But if those 6 general and the foundational rights are not there, then these rights are not going to work. It's going to be a fuss and a kind of a struggle of each party just demanding their rights. And sometime it will be like, as you see, the quarrel and fight of rights and responsibilities with one another. It will become like that. So in order to make sure that these husbands and wives' rights work well, we need to make sure that those 6 things which we mentioned yesterday, and I will repeat very briefly, those 6 things have to be there as a foundation. And those 6 things were, number 1 was mutual respect. That is foundation and that is base. If they don't have that mutual respect for one another, and we are talking about mutual and equal respect. We are not talking about that man, for example, deserves this much respect and woman, for example, this much respect. Half of it or quarter of it or something like that. No, that's not the case. This respect is a God-given right to every human being. And when you marry, when you are getting married, the husband and wife both need to be respected, both deserve respect, and the respect we are talking about, the equal. Number 2, sincerity and loyalty, you can call it. The word in Arabic, alaykum salam, is ikhlas, which is translated sometime into the meaning of sincerity and sometime it is translated into the meaning of loyalty. So both of them have to be sincere and loyal. And again here it is equal and mutual. It's not that man has to be this much sincere and woman has to be this much sincere. Or man has to be this much loyal and woman has to be this much loyal. Both of them, they have to be equally loyal and sincere to each other. Number 3 was honesty. and trustworthiness. Amanat is translated as honesty or trustworthiness. Both of them, they have to be honest and trustworthy. Again, equal and mutual. Number 4 is confidence and trust in each other. That is also very much crucial for this marriage to work, that both individuals, they trust each other and they have great confidence in one another. And if they don't have the trust, or if they don't have the confidence in one another, again, those later rights which we are going to mention will not work well. So both, again, equally. Number 5 is emotional attachment. Compassion, love, and we mentioned yesterday that this love and this compassion should be active, verbal also, demonstrated by practice, acknowledged, expressed. गूंगी बहरी मोहब्बत बेकार है. So that he knows how much I love him, or she knows how much I love her, and he knows how much I care, and she knows how much I care. That is not enough. It needs to be expressed. It needs to be demonstrated by actions, by practices, by the way of life as we live. So, and it should be attachment, emotional attachment. And it should be again equal and mutual. Then number 6 is mutual assistance, helping and assisting each other. That is also equal and that is mutual. It's not only one party's job to help the other one. Both of them have the duty. Both of them have to help out. Both of them have to go out of way to assist each other and help each other when the other partner needs help. Because this is a team. This is, as we discussed yesterday, it is a company, it is a corporation, and it is a team. And it will only work nice if it is with the team spirit, that both individuals have to work together. And instead of dumping the work on each other and kind of pushing the work of or responsibility to each other, they need to actually go out of way to help each other and to support each other. So in that spirit, if these 6 things are there, and we mentioned yesterday that in all these things our role models are our Prophet and our Imams. You look into any of these things, you will see tons of hadiths there, and the practical examples from the life of Prophet and A'immah are there. And they lived their life based on these principles. So, after these things, when these 6 things, and again in these 6 things, one of the problems which we have is that mostly our people think that first he has to give me and then I will return. So, he has to initiate. And he thinks she has to initiate. And so first he respects me, then I will respect him. First she gives me this and then I will do this. And that also ruins a lot of spirit. As we know that the basic principle in Islam, just take from the salam. So look at the riwayat. Who gets more sawab for saying salam? The one who first says salam, who initiates salam, or the one who responds to salam? Everybody knows that. So if you say salam, then you get more sawab. If you respond, your share is less. But it is wajib on you that to respond. So that is a spirit of Islam, that instead of waiting, the other party should first respect me and first help me and first do this and first do this, then I will do this. So the best thing is that both parties should try to take lead and initiate and go first and be the leader in this good cause and of getting the more sawab. You will get more sawab. So that is also important note. Now we come to particular rights.
एक सवाल
जी.
under this mutual attachment assistance.
Mhm.
What about the financial assistance? Because normally it is demanded in India and Pakistan and elsewhere.
Mhm.
If the girl's parents are rich, then they demand, the boy demands some financial assistance from the girl's parent
Hmm.
for business or whatever. This is very common,
Mhm.
and I can give you like
Mhm.
tens of
No,
them.
no.
So वो किस मद में आता है?
No, that's not recommended, that is not encouraged. Basically, man should be man to start his own life with his own guts and with his own money, whatever he should. He shouldn't depend and or ask the family of the girl to provide him with all those kind of things. Matter of fact, it is actually the father of bride who asks that make sure bring this much money to me first, where I can buy certain things, the household stuff for my daughter, that when you move in your house, so she has enough things available there to live her life comfortably. So that is what Prophet did. He asked Imam Ali, what do you own? How much money you have in your pocket? And Imam Ali said, I don't have much. Then what do you have? So Imam Ali told whatever he had, 2 or 3 things at his home. So he said, then you need this, but these other 1 or 2 things bring to me. I will ask someone to take them to the market, sell them. And apparently the story says that Prophet took those things from Imam Ali, gave to Abu Bakr, who was there, that Abu Bakr, you go in the street, in the market and sell them. So Abu Bakr went and he sold. Whatever little bit money he brought, Prophet used that money to buy those little things which we call jahez. So those small supplies for this new couple to begin their life. So that is the Islamic model of life. It is not duty, it is the Hindu tradition that the father of girl has to buy a whole lot stuff.
Whole lot, yes.
Yeah, which is called jahez. In Iran they call it jahaz. So, so first time when I heard that word jahaz, I said, so they will give their daughter jahaz because jahaz in our language calls airplane. So Hawaii jahaz, so it is called airplane, but they call it jahaz. So it is jahaz or jahez. That is a Hindu tradition. In Hindu tradition, because daughters don't have any portion in the inheritance of the father, and when girl leaves the home and leaves the house of home, basically now she is gone forever and she will not receive anything from the business or from the land or the assets or whatever father owns. So everything belongs to the sons and nothing for the daughters. So that is why when the girl leaves the father's home, so father as a father tries to kind of meaning buy whatever he can buy, the furniture and the jewelry and the libas and this and that and everything, one time lump sum, that my daughter, no, you have lived with me for that many years, now you are leaving me forever, this home, and since you will not get anything out of my assets or out of my this money or land or whatever. So this is, at least take it and be happy with me and be happy with family. So that was a Hindu tradition, that was a Hindu concept. And then it transferred into the Muslims also, and now we are stuck with that. Many people can't marry their girls just because they don't have enough money to give them that jahez.
Yes.
So, and now in certain families it is demanded, as you were saying, that
Oh, yes.
since our son is, for example, doctor or pilot or engineer or MBA and owns business, so you have to give him car, you have to give him plot, you have to give him home, you have to give him apartment, or meaning this much money or that much, and this is what they demand.
Right.
And if the fathers, if the girl's father cannot provide all that, so the daughter is not married, or she gets married and then gets grilled every day,
Yes.
and then finally some accident will happen and she will just kind of burn. It is happening more in India, but it is happening in certain other parts of the world
Pakistan
also,
as well.
which is totally un-Islamic. So in Islam, it's not any duty or responsibility of the father of the girl to give anything, to make sure that his daughter ends in a home or a house where at least she has something to begin her life with. So this is a tradition that they ask certain sum and they say you need to provide this much money. Again, I'm not going to take it. I will buy the what you call this necessary stuff
For living.
for living for you both, and then I will give you. And normally fathers then add something from themselves also on top of it. This is with your money, and this is now which I can also add a little bit as a gift. But the damad or the what you call this groom have no right to demand for anything, and his parents, of course, they have no right. So let's move forward. The particular rights of husband on wife. This is the first discussion. Three major rights I will mention here. First thing, as we discussed earlier, Islam is a religion of order and it's a religion which organizes individuals, organizes community, organizes society. It's a religion of organization. It's a religion which believes in order, discipline, consistency. And whenever two people are going to work together, we're talking about a company, we're talking about a team, we are talking about, for example, a new foundation. If two people are going to work, they need to have some kind of understanding that who is going to lead, who is going to finally make the final decision. Because if this is not decided at the first day or at the first place, they will keep going in circles. They will have issues and they will have problems. So Islam gives that duty of leading the team and heading the team or this foundation to the husband. And Islam says husband is going to be the captain of this team. He is going to be the head of this team. He is going to be the head of this foundation. And he is going to be the one who will finally make the final call or the final decision, and that is the role of husband. And when it is a role of husband, so it is a role and the responsibility of the wife to comply with it. So compliance is the first right of husband over the wife, that she complies with the whatever he decides in the benefit of the family and in the family affairs. So she is going to comply. Now, I know this is very difficult concept to swallow in today's world and in today's this modern life. Although I avoided the word obedience. Normally, it is translated the word obedience, itaat. And itaat, farman bardari, farman bardar, that is our Farsi Urdu word. And all these words are now very much kind of the words that people are allergic. So I looked into the dictionary to find a better word. I don't know that which word which will work little better than obedience. And that was, in my poor English, so compliance. Maybe you can find a little better word. But let me explain. This issue is misunderstood. When we say obedience or compliance, automatically we think that there are two individuals. One is king sitting on throne, and the other one is just like a slave girl or a slave boy in front of him. And so this wife is like a slave or a servant, and she has to obey what the king is saying. Well, that's not what Islam is talking about. It is not the issue that a boss is passing on the commands to subservient.
Yes.
The best example what I can give you is the Prime Minister and his cabinet, or a president and his cabinet, or in army, for example, you have generals. There are so many generals, and one is, for example, with 4 stars, and the others are 3 stars. 4-star general cannot misbehave with 3-star general. He is also general. So, yes, you are senior and you have the right to decide, but it doesn't mean that this other person is your butler. He is also 3-star general. So, similarly, you are prime minister and you have a cabinet, and these other people are also, they are ministers. They are also wazir. And as prime minister, you need to, yes, you have the right, but you need to take them on board, you need to consult them, and you need to communicate with them respectfully as a prime minister is communicating with his ministers. You understand what I'm trying to say? So this is like if you have two friends, because husband and wife, after all, they need to be friends also, very frank and very close friends with one another. And when you are with your friends, very near and dear and respected friends, can you misbehave with them? Even if you are 2 years older than them? So, meaning the issue is that yes, you have, the husband has authority, captain has authority, the president has authority, the prime minister has authority, but he shouldn't forget that this other partner is also not my cook or butler or somebody that who is my servant. He is also partner in this company, in this foundation, in this business, is partner. The only difference is that I have 1 point more. If she has